Girls are mati or makuma in anka mesanti. Or more mati makuma memo mati my friend. Bema. Na then why was I mean slow. So I had the opposite way be out. So yeah. In fact, I'm not cry and you're crying, you're the baby out, Ruru a record on you.
It's in your number.
The Debbie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. In fact, this is the Loud Lounge. Now, my next guest, I have to do a new intro because of my awards, it's going to be a long. Because of my achievement, it's going to be a long thing. But in common, I can say it would, wadada. But in simple words, Mekan said he's a big brother, a mentor, and also a son of the land. Maybe I will be before even say me boni say we a taxi driver, trotro driver, you know how we do it. Maybe I'll come and say, "Nyebi be papa na akwa akwa your park is here and show some love to the one and only Okyeame Kwame, the rap doctor." Amazing. In fact, your trip podcast we want chair, bra penny.
Enkasa.
Hey!
Enkasa.
30 billion years.
Ache.
But say about chair we dry, no, they will see you. Would that be said, me cast away your bar. But I'm sure reasons behind a university put it together for us to meet at a wonderful time. And I'll say congratulations on your new song.
That's it.
Address one serious issue of mine in my galamsey.
Stop galamsey.
In fact, galamsey now one for still now I'm on your mouth.
There be.
Me see, there's this picture on social media of a guy in a position obiade saw that trend, so as obiade you ready kukuna. Most of the time when people post it, the caption is, "What's that one thing that you will say right now that will get you to a position like this?" Then now, what can we see? It me do two position be musa as obiade.
Hey, maybe me ko ka say yeah come for that.
Maybe
me ko ka say where the 40. Na say work out 2 hours. Work out we are first glass of water no fa
salt kakregu.
Celtic salt and Himalayan salt kakregu because we get dehydrated from drinking ordinary water.
Yeah.
Demineralized water.
Yes.
Water na yankopo mind minerals potassium near you. Enti demineralize no ti wonum bebre o hwie electrolytes negu. Eti fa we kakregu no ewrade nyankopon.
Oyamshi.
Oya say me buy. Me share between enchina semi and fix yourself.
But fix yourself, come to think of it. The drug you I think it's in China because in China it brought out a lot of professionals as well. Because with Fix the Country, it was something that was in vogue. It would be a canary or home that. Hey, but when they own our draggy conversation, own our septi tone.
Ampa.
We know the wa kasane wa ulena ukriti ana onamso.
And I'm number highway. Ube nyane na trend. I'm saying na trend. Then my say me say yemfa enchine engunsuo na ye no.
That
because say as ade a woman ti ase and say me say wonum nsuo bebre a wobetimi aye dehydrated. Because our definition of hydration is say one nsuo. But maybe definition of hydration is say there's a balanced way of water and electrolytes in your system.
Okay, so you are dehydrated if you don't have the right proportions in your system
of electrolytes
in your system. Okay, so that is where they got it wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, so teas are never abundant. I think it was a podcast now, Nick Kaliji.
Exactly.
So teas are never abundant. That was one of the catchiest part. Starting series.
Hey, brother, but that must say unum so be dehydrated.
How did you take it?
Oh, I first say can say na no kwaria. Unsuro because asem na make can no and I mean so swear. I only speak of what is within my experience.
Okay.
Ti me say me.
Yeah. Okay.
Say me work out 2 hours a day. Because me sweating tea. I made 40 a make on tea. Me feel say me den chini gumwa e ma me ho ye din. Sa day no ma me ye sharp.
Okay.
Because pharmacy any medicine for omo demonizing chine. Say a heart attack, a day, omo boa, a ye si chire. And omo person dia from Africa for adwene ho. Enti enchire na yen ye die ma ye ho ye den. No mo egu nanim ase no mo replacing with the sichire.
It was one beba
o mo mra. E no kware asem na make nti wo ba. No, so when you ho a, all you need to do is to Google what are the negative effects of eating
salt.
Salt.
Okay.
Of eating Celtic and a Himalayan salt.
Okay.
Cultural salt to there. What are the negative effects of eating sugar?
Okay.
Alzheimer's, diabetes.
Amazing. Okyeame Kwame, me were questions,
10,000.
Before we get into it, because this is not the normal loud lounge. The normal lounge lounge, you ever see where maybe our thinking process in every, but there are so many things around you that I want us to understand. Number one, music journey from duo to being a solo artist. Why encounter maybe and it be a conversation here around industry. It be also a personal industry convo bang. And I see industry idea being out the 12 team be my storm. So this kind of baby see.
That's it. Baby. Said yeah, na me kafa industry no.
I'm this kind of baby sabi see so.
Yeah, over so this kind. Mama yem fa ye producers no. Yem produce with more live instruments.
Okay.
Enti hornsmen, lead guitarists, bassists, percussionists.
Okay.
Enti so we a producer.
Yeah.
Esese wutumi eboabo ankrofo abiano. Now we get the best out of all of them.
Okay.
To complement the artist na yen.
Okay.
Because the production non kwa eye nipa ba kwa. Ono kwa ete ho a obo beat ni nyina. Energies ni so. No can who be na my sound na yet say na yete.
Okay. It's live.
Yemfa kakra ngon.
Ngon.
Yemfrefre other people no so form energy simra. Otherwise say we a producer why we versatile say utimi bo bass, utimi bo lead, utimi say.
Okay.
But say ye pese a sound ni gina. Na your sound ni ye quality ni timi nya long shelf life nipa ba ko pair born. Usually ya na anu omre.
I'm the second. Also, there's this conversation that happened before we start rolling the union. There's this convo around Floating Stone. I'll call Nana Mashoso, and the convo built up say, okay, baby, about your past relationship. And also Sparky. Eja Costo so the Okdo said them who's jeba also. By Jacko Stone so. You heard it.
Oh, not me share.
Convo no buy na chat na eto.
That me share no my area.
No my
area as en kofo twa na bet esrenya basa o mo cheche o mo dey trending. And I'm seeing who be.
But how was the feeling like? How did you?
I mean, say Kwaku is speaking his truth.
Yeah.
And omo answer. Say that time no Kwaku ye or boy.
So now
but or exaggerate say
Mubini we are.
Say we na see hiensu a no akwa first we na banate. E dey na ya na be hiensu. No, he was just trying to be entertaining.
Oh, okay.
He was just trying to be entertaining. But
man ko
oh no, there be say show of rage mu but Kwaku so open rap. Me so na minti rap.
It's open rap.
It's obesom.
Open rap there.
Obesom e rap.
We dey say Kenya.
Nya say we so ya asem a minimum the quote we so ya asem.
But internet was buzzing with that mainly because of no I'm going to say it was too detailed. People felt it was a little bit detailed. Say obetime the information be say by in the presence
of say euphemize no kakra wan ka say omo da na bibi o ka say emu ye hye no omo yansu a bibi sa
say emu ye hye na den no mo ye na emu ye hye. But with that conversation, the other part was the most of the thing was around Xavier Stone being very close to you, knowing say kindly who were in a relationship. Or him say Nanaso in a relationship. How would both partners feel when information?
But I mean, when I meant to say, there be attachment in it.
Some man for person.
Asem esi. And all discuss it. On ka say NCB ma bra me ma ware anana so aware. Or say emra ni nyina ye ware na same we see. The thing is in the past.
Let's keep it there.
Sensitive too much. Or can say me nyina ya sreka people are too sensitive.
Sensitivity course we are seeing now. This is me speaking from my personal view. I feel sometimes people put themselves in the situation. They want to put themselves in the situation and own it. Say, Ophelia say, na kame pa na me past.
Me past, no. Me say me completely proud of my past.
Okay.
Me past, I'm proud of it. And now me past ninti. And my bedroom baby I'm dream. Me say me jina we. Who me say, obra mabo nyina. Me change ade ba ku we say me change. Girls amati o makuma nyina nka besanti. Omo mati makuma nyina me mo mati. No so because it is based on that sa past no. Enene meti hey.
Okay.
Enti se me change baby be a curve ba ku bi anka me bu far left. And me wu yanki enia. Enti past ni very important and I'm so proud of the past. Say no matter who one o come in and asem in the past no. Say asem ni siyampa, I'm not bothered. I laugh. It's interesting and it gives you opportunity to reminisce. Say, hey, maybe I reflect on it. Yeah. So. Enti there's past asem no. I go for a petty. Go for a petty.
A controversial stand on issues and Emma these days there social media no PM me who's all trendy be I and my interest and person Kumi aso.
Twitter nkwa.
Twitter nkwa.
Facebook
for you.
Instagram omu dom. Baby YouTube baby.
Then I who is my Twitter different.
Because minti Twitter nase. Minti ase. Unse me kasa awa. Na Twitter ho no so ye nkasa bebre ho. Eti enu an say unu obi nya adwen ati me kan say o maame. Network.
Simple.
Me so afi na me kwa chirechim na kasa tenten so mfon so mpem. Enti ena there's a certain way as you treating conform what Twitter.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. I only discuss what I think is true. It is a issue biba. Na me can be I am sharing me opinion. My opinion must not be your opinion. Okay. I don't know why people cannot easily just disagree. Say, Okyeame asma okan idea, me no nya adwene enti there be.
Have you ever spent time say click you be or do what the picture that because it's one of the things I actually be di my social media be my friend the picture I'm
oh there ben yes ade am here say obi didi matemo a me practice mindfulness and emotional resilience and then I want to get to a point where even me yirimpo my promises say me don't know oni emiyanro me yirimpo enya any negative effect on how I should feel because me who how I will feel. Let me throw one sentence. I'm me pour cortisol in my system. Me depress ya, me stress ya. Me am senti me self net call your picture. Me say sometimes you be odidi watembiana of or come from a point of anger and I say jealousy and I say bibi. Sometimes some people are just frustrated because asemna wakano. I'm on a cognitive inertia. I'm shaking the foundation. I'm shaking identity.
Yeah.
The
belief pa.
I'm shaking the belief pa. No. Say leader no necessity or mine. O by our say there be. Me and me say why na say o say baby ketu a wote no na say who say baby na me say na kwa ku say no be say our mine ne be so. Adenti na o kansa. Abra ya to aba ma leader no.
Yin ko sa line ko to aba ma leader.
Ko to ma leader no so ba odwa nanum so obeboa ye.
And I don't
onye na adwuma. Enti adenti na Okyeame Kwame waka say
fix yourself.
Waka say wow, we yire wo na wo so kan ya wo baby awo. Adenti na waka say how dare you? But idea ono na dream man say ono ni idea no one me made it them for having that perspective. Intimacy so me idea ni.
I don't know obuzo di matter.
Exactly. But say what did matter ma me you should the practice me mindfulness no hwe. Say somebody be omo comes asem ti panyi pa na o ka.
As if I can't use it. Because as a minjaika. Well, has there ever been a time our phones open so both tweet be all? But I was in and then you done.
Say mafa ubia or tweet man.
Okay.
Enti. So me so I say tweet be I made tweet be I mean fa me chere answer. Ti me de chere na no 21-year-old boy wa ka say ampa menko. Ego. Ana there be me tweet. But on say o share me pages ne so me over 1 million followers on Facebook. We were 2.5 million on Instagram. But more barely 400,000 people. It's Twitter way nankasa. Me I have not developed it well. And I've also not built a Twitter army. Me no mo shisha agenda, shisha adwuma. Yedi push.
Yedi bibi to abontema.
Na ahanti main curate page in we the way it's supposed to be enti. Ade bia me de to obi ana se me de ato desert so na wo enti me am ntro ho
on share and
but e bia once in a while Sundays na me call Twitter say me corner say bia same because no interest na I just share my idea but usually my ideas ne omompe
it is it what jaya na still
now say me who I same be na say me dream say related to national development na me idea no omompe ne beboa ama discuss na increase me share
Chama se me manento say enye dia mo ka no ene bebu na bam ne
o David
so hunku no interest forget it obebu si feel so chama family life I mean you can't Ghana has here poster we a poster boy for family
pressure
it comes with a lot of stress and maybe sure say as it stands now, the baby are from until you've found a way to maneuver through it. But when it comes to marriage as an institution, your counter argument for people are saying monogamy and so polygamy is the right way to go. Looking at from a scientific point of view, the number of sperms are being released, it's only wise to say. Be breedy with a lot of women na because my crown more season be or multi breedy near into Nyankopon because Nyankopon bo wiase nye so say ya omo hwene ya etia na obi aho and on fa some betre blueprint in betre obi a but man for so much say there's argument between monogamy and polygamy. You've heard several conversations.
Oh yes.
Or stand ho there.
Well, media me dream say polygamy they natural. Because mammal be maybe 99% of all mammals here polygamous.
99%
of all mammals or more. 99.9% of all mammals here polygamous. Now, anti-polygamy there is natural. But many are be natural be and practice. Me personally.
Okay.
And I'm say polygamy is natural anti. Obi o person or practice be a me menjaje no.
Okay.
What you say? However, me practicing monogamy because eboa me.
Okay.
Na
eboa wa ankasa.
Eboa me ankasa. And now say me practicing monogamy nti. Say me come yere ma papa fie na say me fever che me na me yare a. Otimi ko yi ni kente. Odi efra ade kese ebe kata me ho say me keep warm because me ne ban wo ho 19 years ni. On first soon ko fie da say me tina koma. And I'm saying me practice monogamy nti. Me ne me yiri ni ntokwa bi akon because who him say
ni arrest bia. Arrest bia. Your don't asumdwe nko because na wale mu ntokwa se nye sikasem a na baako esi achire what you say Yakopon adom sika de beto salad ne cucumber ne wa ni normal
enti ama me masum dwome.
Okay.
Ena me ankasa personally me dream say monogamy spiritual.
Okay.
Into the Bible can say wo bibia ho kwan so nye bibia na ye ma wo. Enti me personally there say me meditate me dream say Yakopon hihye mu kra washada no bosome ni nyina oma wo yere menstruate 1 week said the be ya ube brebre ni o ma ase na epem doso
Suzupe.
because say we keep sa we see men ni wo mu a utimi di nya ade bia in spirituality a friend no kundalini or rising kundalini say kundalini kire say un say you 7 chakras root chakra, solar plexus, heart, why voice, why third eye, and no spiritual chakra. Say if you don't have sex frequently, you stay offer. The most important part of our body, no, the richest nutrients our body, no, wahadwinimu any sperm na dane one, dane etimin edane nipan. Enti se saa hoden wo ho a wo meditate a utimi rise and your friend rising kundalini utimi rise to a state a utimi cry perceptive and say bibi enti saa 1 week na me yire menstruating I use that opportunity to meditate to stay away from sex that I can rejuvenate what I say enti personally ne de me de monogamy no ye man eboawo ye man and na plus Charlie baby any pay kodi 50 na bia makosia small girl bi wo take na we na bia me dey see ya 1 minute na kwa ka kire na mfofo ni magimi
superstar
me yes alive what you say on catch o china ko na afi me nam na me hwehwe bites na me pay we
me pese
mu ye din because me wo match bi wo manim manyini mani nyo many nyo. But why when you hold there, you lie. But media, many nyo.
Okay, so enya dia obe prescribe we say obi anye, but say obenya ho ahoden a.
Me say say Matthew 19. Suafo no ko busa Yesu say, ye nware dodo say. Nana Moses e ma ho kwan aware dodo na upa utimi gya wo yere ne ade. E na Yesu kasa na no kasa ka obenya dia 1-to-1 because Yakopon bo Adam ni Eve ho. But okay Bible the text last sentence now. Was say, but ubetima yes, I 1-to-1 there. I just said the adom fish for abrel.
Because
I just want to me exactly
1-to-1.
I just adom yes.
One of the issues that happens in marriage, like one of the issues, hot button issue that I chanced upon was cohabitation. Because yes, 1-to-1, but are we to live in the same place?
It depends. Ubia ni mojo. It depends. Madam Fubia no okumase. No ne yere ba Friday Monday no poko adwuma or maybe okon mame Friday no asamba. Eno na mo aware ne so. Because no nipa ho front ntem. What you say?
It will develop sa
develop the best matrix eboa ma omo aware no eye amazing.
Senior sad komo we betimi ne oba bia di san komo we amana ti ase.
Obeti ase. Nye maame mum na omo ne ayi omo krunum timi ware miensa ne ye cheche obeba Monday obeba Tuesday obeba Wednesday ne a cheche ne kama
azubie wo
ene edaso wo se ja wo ho a eja wo ho a
obeni what you forget
oba bia wa na adwen se obetna polyandrous relationship or no obetna kama Monday no abeje ndie no okọ but se jeni ho dia forget
emfa
what as enti eyan hyehyɛ me no eno ma hu hia me pa ne sɛ makɔ adwuma abresi se aboten ya ye wahe na mekɔ akoduru fie ne bia mekɔ na me wife ada na makɔ hyɛ ntoma ni wɔ n'achi na
fam no bɔkɔ
ehu hia me enti sɛ me kɔ akonya ge na because yes me kɔ ta na chi obisa sɛ ada ba bia wo free no ya ma bi na kyɛ sɛ ade na sɛ
wagu
vibe enti dia me pen no eno na meye.
Okay.
And now another argument for monogamy. And they say, Google CCA, the percentage ratio of male to female, 1-to-1.
Male to female.
One Google 1-to-1. In fact, Ghana have
Google Mama Adwene, Google.
According to 2015 population census, a member does so change by 0.9%. Ghana.
Sir,
me can Google. Google.
Price bomb my bro. Kwame is a price bomb says here, baby. Price bomb crano.
What I say, 1-to-1. When you put shame, 1-to-1
ratio of men to
women.
Okay.
Kind of minty. 1-to-1.
101 males to 100 females. That is 1.10. Listen, so that
Eti remember those so chair ma e Ghana. But we try ewiase nyina say
still we are secret members are those chema.
Exactly. The problem na wo ho ne say, say ye fa our real philosophy na. Ye all animals from or to Jata to Sebo. Omo dealing with two concepts. Hypergamy and hypergamy. Hypogamy.
Yeah.
And they say, or baby a person worry bema or sonwa.
Yeah.
Or what
the quality is shame.
Or sika. Because our rear and your door, our rear there, it is completely built on security. I chose my wife because I was secure to say, bet me na bobra. Although I'm woman, you're completely different. Or no so choose me because I think she was secure to say, bet me na bobra.
Okay.
Tina said, Bema.
So marriage in your door.
Debbie. Marriage
a security.
A security. It's built on security. Until you're quite you do through Yame, or ye Juma way, or Brennan was say, or ye say, or ye Jama for. Ning I said the bear will be secure. But also do be the old one, with my brasha will crown on now.
Come on.
Auntie, although you're completely different from. But marriage or bar, or she shall bear ma, or tower over her. No the soon smack at so much, ye Juma discard Brennan. 80 or 1 po, and rest say, oh, metia. Obe choose male no ye the most beautiful the owa the ye shine on said the be any DNA no to benya owa or no so wa obetimi astande the friend the selfish gene.
Okay.
Ebi wa abua biem be man so ware oba opede ono wa chen no ono be buan otu say so wo side chick na say o hwe na ana wo girl na wo hwe na wo feel good dia no just we do sick ba machale ma to ticket ko me de no ko Dubai. Kwachile emfa ho kra so boy wo hwe na wo hwe no.
Yeah.
Enti hypergamy versus hypogamy.
Okay.
Enti boys na e man ni nyina pe no. Alpha male na ne ho odin se we gorilla no. Omu esa eti opede wako school ne ho ofe ne ho eni or bank account or car. Enti ama girls ni nyina pe boy one.
Enti na ma cinema no so enya options.
And I mean watching na hustlers in yebi because obi am pay hustle.
Brady.
I know na am asem na basa.
Yen ya se momobo.
We hear na mo onyo.
Power. Tell me coming around that time. Conversation with some attraction. Now the level of trust that it was a whole relationship for it to survive, because I'm sure security is, to say you're watching, it would be the topmost thing. But then trust goes along with security. Because if say whether it's over promise all these things, you might not even believe it.
It's true.
What level of trust now was a bim in a relationship for it too? For
me, I think there are two types of trust. My angel will say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Okay.
Yeah, what trust back one and we delusional. Say I trust that I am the only handsome man in the world. I cannot see another man and fantasize over it. I trust that men kwano because working kind Bible. And yeah, what trust that I trust that my husband is a human being. And I bet me abase obe tiashi bako, but obe sorry because what promising me so name be. Inti reconciling who believe anyway expectations of onipa na wo ne wo ho no versus the obeye and trusting that omobeye,
striking the difference.
Exactly. That is the place eso onipa da se ni bia kodru said the beye se o partner ya de enye wo ya.
Okay.
Enti me nipa ade bia nipa e capable bia means me capable of be capable of attemdidie ebufu edwama mo nkonkonsa mahwan
Ebana chame twa diwi
possible
diwi sinano pa
possible what you say enti se woni me wo ho na enam se me ho ye wakono nti what trust say wochia me nya sa anyoma we nyina we delusional enti ese wo trust say woni odi pada sani na wo relationship na se oya ade a ono pese oya ona aye emfa wait till last time I can't say we me money.
I'm sorry say kind of buy.
Money. When we be a relationship mo. Untumi nka say wo so domenti. Menya ne ope. Eso ye ne ope. Na say wo do nampa, love must lead to freedom and your bondage.
Okay.
Nti trust say nipa na no relationship we capable.
Okay. So
Of good and bad. Now yeah, there now be.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
Ni nyina
yeah.
bit matu.
There now wo be.
So that should be your state of mind. And then you find the ubetimiaye in that field, whether you still want to be a part of that relationship. And I say you want to X.
And I say bia last time papa be strategy also know about or no how enyano. And then in trans na worry about can on tete. Facebook nyam nam kai. Boys why you money oh.
How do you even
Kofo why you money.
Why for count?
Ana nya girl na ni arewo say dem ya ne so bete.
I'm going to wrap that up in the building very loud because we did come up. Now, one of the stands I was take care, you have a lot of people rushing you your takes on religion.
It's true.
And from there, me am tahre unipa or India pa. Sadguru am tahre pa. So me who say when the senior man at traffic times Eddie. Me knowing your child for all these years, knowing your state of mind. I was at the last killer and I was like, oh, Eddie.
Yes.
Eddie. The combination, what did they add to you? Like meeting him, what did they add to you?
Oh, it changed a lot in my life. 8 years ago, I said my kind of minute, I was depressing. I'm turning 40. I think my music career is dying. The youth will not associate with my music, any other things, any certain beliefs and traditions I held on to. Then I'd come to know, say, hey, all these things are lies. Wow, I shaking my foundation. And my name say, minya spiritual awakening, we say, minya depression, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
During that time, na me that be 2 hours a day, more severe back pain. But say me tie Sadguru, ekasana, na adeda me kama. Papa, you were a certain effect for me so. Enti me can kind I'm reading everything on neuroscience, on depression, I'm reading everything to find out what is happening to me.
Okay.
And I made Sadguru videos.
Yeah.
So I became a big fan. But on my journey to heal, it took me about 4 years or 3 years to heal completely and become this new me when I born come. On my journey to heal, and I got the opportunity to talk to him.
Okay.
And now I was carrying one big baggage I wasn't able to let go. Because you know that if you mean Kuala Bremina, the Rasta for me say me a Pan-Africanist.
Yeah.
Anti-black nobility, black this, African power, African that. But based on that, now I created a certain hatred among Europeans for slavery, for neo-colonialism, for and your man for the economic tricks or use you and your more cause coup d'etats and Africa near the na ama me pablo for us enti na hatred and so at o time will be at said the no poison or person nipa grow nipra enti I needed someone to help me heal from that baggage enti I spoke to Sadguru to answer your question and I be busa and say ade abrofo dia ye mentimi mfa nche eti how me eti menya ne den and no catch him say when you are hurt, you either stay wounded or wise. Because whatever happens to you, you can prevent it from happening again, or you can sit down and let it happen again to you. And to become wise means to be able to forgive. Because wisdom,
learn from it.
Exactly. Wisdom, it is love in action. And for me to become completely wise, I had to let go of that baggage of hatred that I had against Akokofwe. And immediately I let go that. That was when my enlightenment came to me.
Okay. So for diving into it proper, not then especially like, have you ever experienced anything with Brunibia and also Ade?
Oh, completely. Emra me to US no na me horo nkuko mu baby afro creative cuisine. Na me boss no. Na me yedma ho 1.5 years. Every single day, akweba beka chem say upon a mop the floor, shelf the plates, and lock the door. for 1.5 years. You know what it means? It means you are stupid. Because why must we tell you the same thing 364 1/4 days plus half every day?
Wow.
There was another time snow by ye pipes never kitchen hono pie. Enti ye ko boss ni fi akwase sensu. Mete so catch kofo no back say watch the African, he might steal something.
How?
Yeah. The whole rap doctor. Asem na bom papa na ewu na mbepeska kakra dia kwa bu afie. Na wotete me za atante, which say me ye wi. Oh, me. And only little things. So we share the Roots movie now. Bubefu. Okay, King Leopold letter or tro comma missionaries on Bakungo in 1800s no. So mo bano omboa MOBB ni nya in resources e wo from no fa nani resoro. Say the be on betimi awia ne o ma na was okay kan obubefu. Enti sa enyoma no na ehye mebufu but say when ye bufu emfiri abrabo ma ontimi nsum nyankopon enti sadguru ne boa me ma metimi lay down sa ebufu
after say encounter now take the position of being an hominist now.
There be hominist there be ye dada
okay
be ye dada che say but na me define ye say na me hu ne me ye eno ante wo ma na makodi nkramofu achi kakra na me ko mosque na pese me te de omo ye na se e wo mu a na makodi buddhist fu achi kakra na makodi krishna fu achi kakra na me kinkan aju na ne krishna ne we me pese fa wo mu a na me ko african traditional religion me kind the Egyptian book of coming forth na me kind my art me kind we I wanted to understand because it was very difficult for me to accept to say onipa ba ko peso ne fa go nyankopon.
So you believe say nipa ba ko peso?
Chese.
There are so many ways to get there.
Onyankopon. Or your omniscient. Which means all baby. Enti baby a kweku free wo. Baby a Muhammad wo. Peace be upon him. Baby a Yesu wo. Baby a Buddhist wo. Now, ade a mema be hu ni say enye onipa so ne fa ko onyankopon. Ye fa yen ya yeso ene ekọ enye asem bi a wa power nu aka eye neye eye anamotuo because
enye declaration bi
eye anamotuo
okay
say me say me ba be ye interview ne
me to anamo aba
ma ba ete say de ye kan even though say ma on time me ba ma to me bo ase ma pa o chew ma chirichiro mu ma ka no kra chiro ma wan so air condition anso so mic anso so screen yade anse ska abra na me ma na wote he twem na aboto of frame am say chale ma tonga tem be say me ba enti se magia tum say me ye hwan ni na se me de sa de ni diwa me nko onyankopon ho because onyankopon de bi ni DJ Slim onyankopon no ebi ni nwura ebi ni aponche ebi ni wiem ebi ni mountain ade bia me ne interact bia onyankopon honhom wom dia ese me de ani die eni obuo eni odo ema saade enti se obi se on de obefa Yesu su na konyankopon wa me bon fu no ne lie de offer Muslim no so ono so ne lie de offer Buddhist no ne lie de offer African traditional religion ne lie me de me wo buo mani nyina but me no me fa ni nyina so na eko efi se ni nyina bibi wo mu abetimi asua ma example Christina Nkramofo ebompai.
Yeah.
Ebompai 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Sa 5 times, yen fan sempai ne ba ku be 15 minutes ha. E cardio exercise no mo yen straight.
Serious wow.
Eto wo adwumam na wo jai. Ekoye sa cardio exercises na. Ene o mate say cancer, diabetes, any ade no untumi nya bi because wodi lunch we ya na wodi uti ekobo ha wo exercise. Eti yen fan sempai ne nko ba bi akora. Exercise na wo yen 5 times a day. Ebeboa wo health. Christina mo ye yi. Onipa wu ya ne acheche na akoto atwene omo jejina so sa na mpem lie
pa
enti e ba na yie ene empaibo a me yakramoni but twese ne Christopher esi ewo odo se omo de bone fache so omo komitimi ye zanka ye pa ese se omo de bone che na ese omo de odo etu anamon twese ne Yesu chichire no
yeah
what as ye ko bu oba bi kura ku o se da bi do ye bone twesa Yesu achire no What damn so because I such a chain.
Yeah.
Tell me, worry na me yira yembonia. Me di yesu akwankyerɛ ne bɛyɛ. Yenko Buddhist. Hwɛ ɔdɔ a ɔmo wɔ ɛma animals.
Yeah.
Any ɔmo whole thing ni nyinaa yɛ non-violence.
Yes.
Because their whole teaching is about dukkha. Just say suffering. Into suffering, no, they do not want to contribute to suffering because suffering will nature mudada. Into a quite ben and miss me first way. I make sure say
pain away yes.
Me ma me yere me nam for nom and moa in mea pain am de mono and so betty. Me say me de me Christo ni ana me African traditional religion. Enti me mfasa at the papa way nyeju. Enti me fa kakra wo baby a. I'm here to
and no na man for
any friend ominous na man for any me nyadwe ada na me
buzaze na mo ominous mo church way
yeah here church we say bible na ka kire straight say onyankopon onye nipa no we hia edan mu atena oye omniscient onyankopon wo bi na wo de ahwe o meti ho asisi e emra me so bible ka chem say nyankopon te makomem na ma sorry ko ba bi foforo say me ko we nyabo na te makomem ma boda what type of a person looks for something that is already with him? Do you get it? Enti owomin chain. Oye onyankopon according to me.
Yeah.
Oye the unseen consciousness, energy, force field of good around me.
Yeah.
Every time I do an act of service, kindness, generosity, love, empathy, compassion, I am expressing God.
Okay. Who is within you?
Exactly. Omukobusa Yesu say, where is the kingdom of God? Also, be catch yourself or left and or right and area obwa. The kingdom of God is within you.
Just say no, religion be a practice your so heaven be or be you know the. We will believe for saying because there are certain interviews that you've done where you claim say you do not believe.
But
they see you know or stand on.
Say me stand. Say me need believe what we are say.
Okay.
Because it's either I know or I don't.
I don't know.
Because believe word necessary. Your court sisia. Na say obo portfolio asum. Now kojina visa say, did you see? Slim slap so like I said, no, I believe. And you're admissible. Yeah, 50-50. Believe where the nature say, I do not quite know. But because it was told to me by someone I trust, I promise never to investigate it.
And also,
that is what believe means.
Oh, I don't have time to investigate.
Exactly why I'm too afraid to investigate. Yeah. But either I know or I don't know. What do I know? The only thing I know is what is within my experience.
Okay.
It's in me experience, no. So they are heaven when I have been able to curate my space for peace. Me niaje, me yire niaje, me mami niaje. Baby, me could be any je wo hon tokwe ni ho, basa ni ho, atro ni ho. That is what I call heaven.
Okay.
What
in your space.
In my space, when I've been able to create a peaceful atmosphere around. But sad space, you know. It comes from inside my head.
Okay. So you need to be fulfilled before you can actually do that.
And I must be in a state of heaven, which is a state where I have no conflict. Zero conflict. Because the conflict that exists between men and women, it is intrapersonal conflict that later becomes interpersonal. Yeah. It is a meti way, say, meniaji. Medidi ame sisi amba wama mi indomie ni salad. Who did matem kre nyam ya? Because me need conflict. Basem ti ana me ame dwendwen enra kwa me kan say me kwa kom de me ne weza. Osisi a me masa me de me kokonye o. What I say empty. The idea is to find heaven. Is to find it in yourself first.
Before however, you can find it, please.
However, say you woo. Na se baby wo ho a atenene anankofo a omode odo ye adwuma ekwa menya ho amekọ but ye wu na ba bia nso ni ho a me ba wiase ni ma feel
ko wa create wa de dada simple
that's my philosophy.
Close relationship with your brothers, your sisters, when realization way by how did they take it? Have you been able to fully get the
Express.
message across to them? Because
and you mean the betty and come on me boy say obi me nua no bi okro am kasi eh da bia da na we blasphemy. This is what you say. It will me nua no nyina the betty but me ma me de or very awakened. Me ma me very woke. And me ma me de o tie obeti nkomo say.
Okay.
Because she realizes say me nka bone me nka say yen kokum nipa yen di atem me nka say yen create strife. Me say the peace inside of me is enough. I do not need another person to give me his peace because I found my own.
We okay.
Me okay.
And being at the state of mindfulness, obi energy cry into me affect there. If we are wanting by affect
there be.
But family is sweat to me in your nuclear family, so much me build this heart and how much me do a state of mindfulness.
Unim says our state of mind where where you get to do what you like, where you get to pour yourself completely into what you are doing, and expect nothing out of it.
Okay.
Your society in stress, unini ebeka cho say we see ebe say we collection obeko heaven, we say obinyeska, odomi amedo, respect.
Send
respect is two-way traffic. Ubumi amebu, domina mi no bi. Senti society no prepare nyina to become very transactional when it comes to relationship. Inti Yankopon cry any year transaction.
Me some of am coeven.
Aye, I'm coeven. I'm at collection. Dia mami nye. Mama tight. Dia mami si can double. Inti sa transaction no. A very difficult say. Ubetimi arise above it. And I ubetimi above it. Say, or you are doing something good because it is the right thing to do.
Because it makes you feel.
Because good. It makes you feel good, not because UPBB will be all. Inti. A very, very tough state. It took me over 40 years to get here.
40 years?
Over 44 years. With a lot of reading, with a lot of meditation, with a lot of observation. And I'm about to say, Obrano, don't expect anything from anyone. And my family members, I don't know, they are all on their journeys.
They
are all on their journeys. And I can't speak for them, but I don't think, say, my man, they will be able to
or tell me Kwame the rap doctor and the conversation on wedding sikai pa is it ho nanu say so we feel but switch conversation let's look at from me and your region representing Greater Kumasi. In fact, shout outs to Greater Kumasi. It is what it is. Piao takum fuatnasi Sikako. Sikako, baby.
Sacrum in the house.
Massive for him. Now,
the P, when you see P, the Alboa.
In a more professional way.
The Alboa.
Wallahi talai. If you Kumasi, I mean, your movement from Kumasi informed by one or two things. My movement from Kumasi to Accra so informed by one or two things. I realized that it was during Okyeame exit from Kumasi, sparking a lot of issues. Non-worship. Unworship. In one podcast, I said, bashment and air question. That mean to me, I'm be different because I'm a bank camp. And that mean to me, I'm a can be. And I'm here crying, I'm so I'm in Tiasie.
Ampa.
Inti Bible no say yeko. Bible yeko what kind of Bible was yeko?
Very simple yeko. Keep quiet.
Because there at the beach. If we are the edge and I will you it would be yeko. Timmy me yeko mo
Ampa.
Although I had feelings, say, senior man, in his own move.
And then what was joining Crawford?
And I realized throughout the years that there had been some subliminal and unconscious friction. I don't know where it came from, but there's always been that inter-city or inter-regional rift to be. And it's like once you are born on each side, you are born into it. Enti inherit abra unim ade kro na ankasa.
Pepe.
Unim ade kro no. So you just inherit it. But me now being on both sides, because my family will my business was is
because of your family work. I can say whoa. Do our family.
I never wait me I come here the second my business work. So I bounce in between. And I realized that Obia is unique in their own way. And it's beautiful seeing the uniqueness, even traveling along the regions, the change in vegetation here, it's just beautiful. But sadly, we take a lot of time for others to understand it.
My dear name, Mama. Emra me free Kumasi background. Na boys for Atlanta. Omne me pray on Facebook.
Say Aden we
senior Aden we free Kumasi. And I'm just a patch of war. See me Atlanta. And I'm what free Kumasi ko Atlanta. Na me free Kumasi ko Accra. Kumasi ko Accra. The thing is that sometimes I understand a lot of fans and they live vicariously through artists and sportsmen, and they hold on to them. They buy your music, watch your shows, support you, so that they will be able to brag. Say yes, you DNA. Yes, you DNA. Enti say why yes, there's an unwritten contract between the artist and his fans. Okay. That you are going to produce what we like. As long as you produce what we like, we support you. And as long as we are supporting you, you have to do what we like. It's an unwritten contract. Okay. But just as you have come to see, family is very important to me. It is a minimum year, my worry about Kumasi. No, you had more Guinness Ghana Limited. Near the Nico, you had Nako to Edmund Watem. Na Obeya wo bakwa. Na me say, and I'm say, me Accra ni Kumasi pray who is who nti menko enti me mo ba no nko ade akola na wadi 3 months akwa adwuma wo Unilever wada roma
eto aso
emfa
ahwefo modwen ho say
emfa enso yemu wa ni nyina eye education, society, religion, bibia your competition. It is us against them. Na ye nyina ye wo Ghana krade ayi enkran ene Kumasi ye kon ye den ena ade ba ko so enkofo ntia sente rap hip life e sha see Kumasi o see krum president Okyeame Swazi B Lord Kenya ni Kumasi na ne ere fi se onyankopon on hire Kumasi rappers nko e kakra de beko ho e kakra de beko srim e kakra de beko nima na VIP anya bi e kakra de beko Accra na iyela hete e kakra de befa ha na obi foforo aba enti eye esese nyina ye hu se ba ko enti se me se no matter baby amete se mete Atlanta o se mete Mass o sie krom no e tware mete kire maso ye de twa me fuma me ba de kese me ba be som na na ekọ baby e bi di akira ko hoahoa no ye ko ye ko at short price awards ye betu to kenti ye be represent Ghana ye be represent o sie krom etiemfa ho baby amewo Kumasi team mu. What you say? Emfa hu se meti Kumasi. Ena Kumasi so me befie. Me befie. Ye hye nnwuma so ho mankofo nya biye.
But among for biggest backlash. Me who artists are yes our migration now nya and it was all over radio. In fact Kumasi they mainly radio.
Adentina Okyeame edi ne yirechi ene ne bechi. Na want na ha.
But man, most of the time they
will because mesoma me chirechire say me yiri adwuma Unilever na okwa Accra enti ese me kobua no na otumi kwa adwuma ma me chirechire sa eno anso mo hu ya nse horom me na me kro no eti I think say from a hono so me team because enkofo were vested interest wo me mu a o me de me ye o mo ade eti na ese me so me nya ahobrase ani nye hunu mu e chirechire say me move na ma move no
When inti.
Basata many pesa enti adana me yama dia ute ba
rap there be a rap no we say rap here what's the right English braggadocio genre until I say yo I'm from this city where say yo ni nyina aka ho e was me come chain ni me kura me free so was me ka ho asem e wo rap no Na makase ko se krom hwan na fi hu ana. Cinema.
Me sure say.
Cinema mbomu hachu.
Enye Accra na me move aban keke ne. Because me sure say me ko for ready and come boom. Me sure say me ko ho and come boom. But I didn't think na wako Accra because there's a certain conflict. But there be a conflict will be a development in you.
Okay.
Conflict, there will be a development in you. No matter how light it is. We need to find a way to coexist. We need to find. Me say Ghana ni pass is here. So oba kofa be me free cry. Ebe kuma so be ware na. Ombeka so kwantinti aware. So obetimi anya be ma wo wo New York was we to bi o. Accra if you kuma se kwa Accra na if kuma se go New York dey in the kwan wa. It is not about the distance.
It's about the place.
It's about a certain cultural, geographic, and ideological difference. And tribe loyalty. See, it is us against them. Why have you gone to join them? We're betraying.
It affect you. Career-wise, it affect you, Anna.
I don't. I think I made money. I think I made more money.
And money makes sense.
Yes, I made more money because it was afterwards.
Yeah.
And you be faithful. They bought shows all around the world, world tours, business deals, MTN, signing, GT Bank, signing, Coca-Cola, signing. I made more money. And because there was also a certain business angle to it that I think that for the whole Okyeame to Kumasi Ebuafu, I caused it because I should have explained what I was doing because I knew that the people had vested interest in me. Okay. But my really unquestionably, me who say I don't know making me mover. Yeah, man, the individual I found me. Man, really, and now come in difference. That time I'm in brand conscious. Said ne say me to mboasi church and you mem. I just made my move and shows ni na the dodo wa Accra. MTV beba Accra. TikTok be for say Kwame MTV aba no moko. Oh, TikTok or dog chale. On the BB eba no ofre chale o chame wen chale. Oh, channel for na bow. But the basic care move 4 hours into Sadia, let me get closer to where the action is. Said the beya mesus menya kakra after all. Minya scanan basic hotel or patasia. And yet as anti-one me for more ayed.
Inti mi kope bibia befi.
Mi kope bibia befi na inti manko New Yorker. Me emra me ye Okyeame Kwame ye Okyeame. Me kwatena New York obi abuamfo. Kwatena New York 3 years. Obi abuamfo. Me ba Accra obuamfo. Initiate ye chichiro man sa.
Yeah.
Initiate ye chichiro man with tribes ni geography ni ideology ni religion ni traditions ni culture there be. We need to develop ourselves as one unit.
Whose business is it to do this form of education?
I think it's the schools. It's the schools. And Nkrumah did an amazing thing by say he was encouraging intercultural marriages.
Yeah.
But on one class ko Egypt ko ware.
Too heavy one.
Exactly. And said ebeya Ghana and Egypt benya ebeya integral. I think that it is your responsibility. Say, you be making sure say you worry ye business. Ye to anamo papa no credit ewom. Say the beya ye bit my ye bako. She asante ahemfo no bako minim say prempe the second and I minim asante ko. Uko menshia ubenya notness wo ho. Ubenya Hausa for ubenya enzima ewo Kumasi. Angona Fantino Town wo ho. Angloga wo ho. Fantino Town ankasa wo ho. Enti uko Kumasi a utimi se saa ohene no na ye ne plan ne se obechechere okura amanfrafo
betima bem.
Uban kran ha se ya. One of omu saying say ye me depa o say bibi bi abakuma wo. O me refi you know o say kura. I say, let the strangers come and live with us. Let the strangers and their gods come and live amongst us.
Wow.
Wow. Yes. Enti esa say
we should be welcoming.
Yes, esa ye integral because ye na one Ghana. Papa unim sa abakuma wo. What does it mean in Ghana? It mean yes. Yeah, let the strangers come and dwell with us. Yes. Abakuma wo. I hope I said.
Wow.
That is the spirit of Ubuntu. That is what Africa is.
Opportunity when I can viewers and say, in fact, two legends in the whole studio. I see your legendary Zap Mallet, so I see in a more professional sense. Zap Mallet, so I see in common.
Yes.
So that means that every tribe, Ankasa was sad, as the undertone. But what do you think is forcing division or causing the division?
Oh, religious differences. Yeah, some kweku free. Momo some ata na anyomo. And yes, adia your God no ye more potent than mo God inti enfant okwa nyinem. Ni enhwe said ye mo God ni God better na yon kwanchi. And ye one. Another thing I did empapemu eba Africa for intem a slave trade. Because for Obroni to be able to conquer the Ashantis, he had to use the Fantis and the coastal people. And for 100 years, na omne yeko said be on betimi aba be so.
Okay.
Abrofo no so they will divide and conquer. It also create a certain type of rift. Another thing so this are empapemu ba a tribe loyalty. Ya kan for mo ya for we mu ye pepe for we mu ye nkran for. Enti for no become ho, then it is us against them. And then there was a period of dark ages where people took over other people's families and towns through war and capturing Kofo to sell them as prisoners of war into slavery. And Kofo that's okay. There's a research neuroscientists be here in rats. Enti rata say rat be kope particular type of cheese be dia. Now was shocking with electricity. Now sa rat na nyam. Owo ye no. Na ne bane empesa every time and the bane be hu sa cheese no. Now why ye depressed.
Wow.
Sa rat na so wo ye no. No so ne ban so empesa cheese no. Enti ye nyina ye carry the spirits, the moods and the attitudes of our ancestors. It's whatever they went through no. We are still going through them.
Okay.
After na biology, ababidru epigenetics. Enti after na biology, ababidru. Enti we need to become intentional about purging ourselves of all the hatred, of all the conflicts. Eti yeni ye hontemo no. What I say? Politicians so ayebi. Who share your political landscape now? It is
omu deepen the cracks of divide.
Exactly. Omu deepen by saying say yen NDC for there, Igbe for, and yen MPP for there, Asante for. It would be a cocoa courage na beto aman. What I say? Nini na, I say ye shed the jai. Papanum and yes, they didn't know better. I say yen, ye do or say ye tuaba based on political ideologies, based on policies, based on track record, based on honesty, and yet based on say it is us against you in the ad hominem. Mu wieska, yesu si wieska, bokra mu wiache. That's as mona mu galamsi. Yesu ya yebi.
But mu de says you, de says you.
Exactly. We need to get away from sa and your mano. And decide to become love. More do education is so a hard. Do be the first near boy and sama man. You are burying near guan, near huruno.
Mabume pao.
Kafra. Kafra. Miss Messa, Omugwa.
Miss Jackson.
Mr. Jeffrey Miss Boam. Bume papa. Enti, San your man in a bachelor say, we a group. Na every time Abako cancer uncle for be hono. Now Kwakutino, a tantamount to physical pain. Na a form groupings and the tribes and the local way. Exactly. Enti, we need to become intentional about forging the fire of love.
You bet you do as a group of people, as a society. Is it possible?
But who say awakening a buriasi? Don't you feel, say, this is the year of the Pisces? This is the time there's a lot of information. First, answer now bit me who knew maybe I just call Harvard and Oxford. And the library now with Chat GPT. Meta AI. I think people send you a better monocratical. Or better say literature no home quadia. This is a unique time of information. And then first, Kautis will be encraning at Kumasia. You say be out nanti bears a 14. Bears a 14
251 kilometers.
And so Ansan will hun cranny. And then 4 hours we hun cranny. Wait to be quite encranny. Video call. It is will be catch us and crying in Waribia. One can find out.
And you're near
men in a quarteca. No Nimiansa Chenobia. Emra is one of Fantino town. Now, your pass or my catches and cremo for ye, or a terrorist.
Wow.
Or be bombay, or be war sick kind. But Emra Yenya near Diagron. Near down for back with any Maswood. Now Maswood Nimiansa chain. Mass.
What was just a Maswood terrorist?
Or run a shelter, the singlet we see the drawers. The socks we see the moon nam. Only can't some cran the boom full by heart. Ye be a ye dear grana ye Jimmy Crana Maswood a Jacob Bompire. A very exemplary guy, not Yasafo. Every time be me copy me share penyams. I mustn't come for a basa but Maswood in Tessa. Because I used the opportunity to get to know a Muslim and found out we're genuine. Inti mumie.
Tell me Kwame the rap that time. Come on, idiot. So better was a party.
Oh,
David.
Because me say no.
Unim the amount for you apart from the crowd.
Debbie.
The all kind of crowd. Apart from the crowd. The all kind of crowd.
Plato say, hated is the man that speaks the truth.
Only your least mistake. Now who no crowd now your wide so overcome. And me sure some go for be brain swat is hard and asinti. Unim the amo pen on here no one ever amount to avoid further problems. But talking about problems, I had conversation with one of the biggest lounge convo that we had on this platform. Apart from was it Kwaku DMC? Is it DMC? Apart from DMC, we had Guru also here. But now where I was, and one of the conversations I think is that we are check. And your state of mind from that time to now, it has changed. But there were certain allegations at no level in the interviews. Into minim Guru from long. And this conversation, I was involved one way or the other, and na because can person wait tiase, but on tiase, we so tiase, afternoon. During that season, it was too hot. But years down the line, from Guru's perspective, he still feels that he was robbed of so many opportunities. In fact, Okyeame Kwame was crowd here. You nominated to crowd because Okyeame influence board and near there. But in my conversation with him, we did not even get to that side. It was based on the song that came out, and that song was my song. I'll be recording, man. My name is Okyeame Kwame. Okay, so you the rush, that was after Kasebo. And in Kasebo, he made a very wild allegation. May I sure say, even during that time, those your wild days in Ukraine, dada. So, you to be okay, I got to Monani rap there. What unim try is unity. Is a woman to control with Maze or Babe can be fractured. You chef. Okay, no, can I interview now for that's a Moses okay, chef.
Moses okay, friend of best rapper live.
Chef. DNA woman near query. And I didn't get any naba be so. From that angle, me assure so to receive we all know what happened from that time. Years down the line, he still thinks sad no ehano.
Ehano and ehame.
Or say ehano.
Ono be a boyum. they say me. And I say
because awards be or release crowd because if you say board no friends VGMA board no you had power hunted there be da wambemu da
say me no me wo VGMA power coming from nyina ma floki ni kunta
omuzo breu
yes semini because entokwa pa me ne VGMA fo ku say the be ya on be recognize it 419 so wo share no do no Pedro na sa na woni be a big hit ya nominate mpo na wawe ni award Rondo anya award na me wo power e wo VGMA so ade na me fa award in my Floking Stone
best rapper Kanye
come the best rapper bema Floking Stone
na za wan ka obeji
me kra me nji bi da say me wo influence that match was what aka me the award no be me come me mo bi akra nya bi me need that amount of influence wo and I know be my bonyum there what he doesn't know is that I don't hold it. I've never held it against him. Never.
Oh, okay.
Never. Why? Because say me and me 21 and now 20 and a penny be a friend me say and me monyum keka say na obe hit ya kame ye.
Yeah.
Because I would need a break into no there. Me, I never held it against him. Me shia guru ne, me shia nenra, me hageno. Because we mean nuya. Only pa me holdi beef no and I say battle na against any of bravo because one na ye madam for.
Ananko nim
papa. On am nakasa 4 days before. On am ne bon commerce be record album together. Na me say na wa bodies ubata Kevin.
It's would you go for this?
Do you get to make US me bape? You better start recording. You so minya my friend is here. I'm not say minya.
O fire da hoda da.
Say this show moto. Na this na so show moto. Wa ma me kan kyerem say Kwame me yesi ni se unti. Ye pick say movie. It must yesi. What I say? Obo nyu mete na mete tech maybe a different fufu near from SMS this fufu ani call and the brutal and quite near consistent. Now portfolio say mete SMS di fufu na my friend na say bema na den why was I mean slow so hwe ade opese o ye bia wo so ye madam for no enti guru die Uni radar no so cry. Kuma who is trying to find his way. And I'm so happy. Say, and I'm he's been able to find his light and he has become guru. Yeah. Why would I go and use my influence? Say, award. Then I mean, it's our influence now, so I can make me use. So I'm a floating baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I feel I'm a cramatiasi.
Oh, say I didn't say
no, me I feel quite a so from the direction of course, yeah, I mean him say like now Une or Bravo yeah, cool, but not to the extent of say like there were projects now I never knew.
Madam for and then they will bon como. In fact, I'm not crying, you're crying, you're about Ruru record on you.
It's your number,
Debbie. Ruru na record on you.
Oh, catchy feelings during that time, Anna.
Oh, me catchy feelings. I don't mean catchy feelings. Say, I was expecting, say, Madam for no dear.
At least you would
treating me with butterfing. One, yes, sir. Sometimes I'm with expectations, and how many expectations see there?
The two man came for
JBD.
Opa, this
dead good.
One fool.
What you say?
But I'm sure Bravo was fully loaded and waiting for your response because UTS our project. So there were other songs that were UTS way the or Treasure Card back to I didn't know how respond.
Because Metro and your book ma. Now me was a exercise book be a your secondary school and actually exercise book. Brown exercise book. Metro rap. Be sandy dusty. Sell book no ma. Sell book ni ma. Me kaisa a punchline back na me ka say me ko solo. me ko solo me gina me na so say Ben swiper na e was sad this rap
me po bia battle na motie bi ote taifa me kai
me tro bebre me tro hey me buaf me danya na adu ya na ma tro rap
kai
me yere so on mamento because of she didn't marry Bema or didn't go for atem lecturers that time no Professor Asante ano ye head of the Christian Council on an academic tutor I tech or share that frame or say Okyeame I see what you are going through meaning say your ego is rising but yempene ema wonya sadi
me kai no know one class sociology class bi no know Okyeame was sociology class bi ma maybe say as a yeah that's why is busy now
me lecture kra na me throw beef me throw this as
me boy data boy na data say why
me throw what you say that time no empanyimfo ete say jako nimo frɛ Okyeame hu kwan na wonam so no enye boy medidi obi atem na ebe Pitata Papa P
yeah.
Dr. Ata what you say omunyina there was another lecturer na and now na provost Okyeame UST Dr. Mafu yeah. Never saw me sa so ne makasa amesi mintie and ode me koma Professor Asante
okay
and almost say adewe enti sometimes say uto asembi mana asem to ana obufu ana weni brea the type of people almost surround on
yeah
ena etimi
a boa situation
yeah calm down because enka me bonyum tia obrafo a enka nyoma maye wo wiase anka me nu me ho pa anka ne be number 1
okay
yes because I wouldn't have only lost my dignity I would have also lost a friend
years down the line relationship no
Mishia ye bon komo kama last time Mishia no Alisa kwa mpotina ne kem ye bon komo ye bon komo kama bibia ye pepe ade wa bonyum akase mato mo na na mento mo na we asem asem
but impact enya impact also because these are the days something like rape there is frowned upon worldwide. Just say be a culture be accepted and a culture be accepted. It's frowned upon worldwide. Minim there so be accepted there. And a war implication looking at the level of which I know for one power that he wielded. If he's able to say something or people might believe it. Like
I don't think anyone believed it. I think people saw it for the creative
bit of it.
But I was just disappointed.
Okay. Because you were expecting better.
I'm expecting you to behave in a particular way because we are friends. Okay. Say, I was disappointed. I was heartbroken. But it wasn't because he said that I had raped a girl because a nyampa. But it was because he had gone against the bro code.
Okay.
We'll
sell it out. Rough one try.
And yes, say, nyina ye we and then ye bo honkom ya edi. And them senti and then wo hwehwe rapper ya dese na we mfia me kan. Aboa me.
Mo encounter with TV3. Ne hu
sao. Ne nyina say adwuma na wa hwehwe o. Me koye interview. Me ko na manya nomination 708 wa channel O.
Yeah.
It me ko promote sa man for to abaman.
Yeah.
TM sendi pa na obuki interview ka chense Okyeame beba. Ena okotena ho.
Onzo ba bi.
Intimate na se ano nso ebetena.
Na small shirt atade ba. Nim se
chese. Ono so ahwe white shirt ni
vest
ni obo atoso. Chese obeye who is who la la la. Who is who na na yomude.
But throughout our season, were there positives that you saw out of it?
Big question. At that time, I was too young and too angry to see.
Okay.
I didn't see anything positive. I just saw that quite sell out. I didn't see anything positive out of it because, especially Emra Ebobo Bana.
We're getting calls in
yes, I'm bufu by heart. Let me bufu.
No, so rapo.
Chese, what you say? We said me.
Rapu 2 minutes. Say
KUST for so mommy. Me re say o mami nye. Me ma me say o mami nye. Ubi as o mami nye. But me pese me chire ni bibi. What you say?
Rapi
Me
gu.
te rapi me.
Rapi gu.
Me te ne say harvest years.
O te gu.
What you say? I'm of ubi as o mami nye. Enti chese ma conflicted.
And
Chese
the
be kran
show
ene shemu na me boil. Eti I didn't say if there was something good out of it. I have just come to see, say, and I'm saying, man, to you, man, I'm for people saw me to be a peaceful person.
Yeah.
And which is all that I'm trying to be.
Okay.
Enti
a siso.
Exactly.
A siso.
A boame. And I'm saying, say, I'm rather a beef. I'm my friend say, bra, jai. I did we am more. Just no jai. Because every day, yeah, it gives me the opportunity to have a discussion, to be what I say.
But some people that were disappointed in maybe Okyeame Kwame not responding are about from purely artistic point of view.
And the violence.
And the culture.
V-A-W.
Violence.
Violence.
The culture. It's all for the culture. Rapper there.
Which culture?
The hip-hop culture.
But
of which hip life is a sub
but
derivative.
Culture crona. Culture na in New York.
Yeah.
Omo sada na to park ni big yewu.
Kunipa.
Enti say baby a sa beef ni kodru ye no. Say ka me sauce na ye na nke ye mienu awu a. E ka hwan na de say be ko galaxy.
Edion.
Enti culture banks, the culture of omo braggadocio na esan koye kasetwie ni ade no. If your mama jokes ni.
Yeah.
And ebe a nebe dani beefs. Sa culture na eye negative culture. Enye culture bia na esua. Hip hop artists a oma ye eti say P Diddy, Jay-Z, 50 Cent ni ade no. They do something else apart from rap. They sell merchandise.
Yeah.
They all have units. They produce things. There's a certain way they do
products,
business.
Yeah.
That is also culture. Other than the yensua.
Other
than tokwano nkwan yesua. How many hip life artists they work more mankasa products are more ton. Every single hip hop artist that you like has a real product at ton.
Yeah.
They used to sell CDs. Every CD ni muna obsolete. They sell something.
Yeah.
What do
don't die?
Exactly. What do hip life artists sell? Sa culture no positive no. Ton t-shirt, ton BB, ton BB, ton dross, ton wristband, ton che, ton BB. Said the bay fans no econet that they will pay 3 times how much they are going to pay because of the equity you bring to it. Ubi ensiano. Violence.
You're gonna Ghana
nyede 2 weeks. Another thing that people don't know about beefs is that I used to do a lot of work with corporate Ghana.
Yeah.
So uye BB na se okwa sponsorship. For the first 30 minutes, you have to use it to defend. Say, hip life for me dem ho bebo mi na mo ko didi atem de. Wachina ko mo bufu ya no aye this song. Wa ba be this me campaign na begu na nimase. Associating with you and your brand compliant.
Yeah.
I have to check in with brands ni wa. Ni nyina some of the little things this say hip life because enkofo a no omo we sika a omo betimi dia shame enkofo a no me positioned ministers a omo betimi aye laws say bia ye cultural policy no ama say the beboa en omo hu ye se nkwasi afo bi
omo didi omo ho atem
na mo didi ho atem aye ne enko parliament fa time na ye de ekwakoye education reform no fa nkoye bibi ma culture adentia kofu ya de bia no mo didi omo atem leave them.
Wow.
What I say, it won't say assume de, but we need to look long term. We need to look at these things long term.
Obi to say, well, let me look at one beef that na eshishe. I say bola su jatan. Bola su jano. Who say, oh wa. I say shikakra and I said do this 3 days. Ne that's all. Bola su jano. Floking is akode. Who advice if Flokin say memanin kumbi because there were times that short koso. What means a line where you dear. Yeah, I mean
all the time.
How many when him say be
All the time, I catch a kwaku.
If
Jai
you-
menko. E mo mu maso. Okay, say swano. Opa na say ma. Oh, say kwaku buatin ADD matem. O say ebo mu maso.
Mom.
Philosophy na no chere. Don't become attached to the obiaka.
Yeah.
On neck. Na oji ama wo. Nti oba na mabeka say kwaku debi. Yiweni. Penyi due manti bebu nkwasi abesa. Asemnatiko. What you say? Enti media I nye ono kwa every single rapper minim no pem asem. A ode na asem ba me ho no. Beef the oba mane just because 17 people any budget. Na a bloggers are blogging. Na radio stations enye scoop. No matter airtime. Na obia benefit of ade no. Content creators mo so why a review. Na nkofo ahwe. Maji YouTube sika. Maji Facebook sika. Obia benefit. Na sa nkofo ni me no lose sponsorship.
So muzunya streams kakra.
Na stream what the
So kakra.
And so because we say wanye beef na obetimi atu a brand ambassador $100,000 easily.
Simple.
And now you're streaming now for 500,000 we're streaming.
Okay. The conversation industry conversations baby you were touching on a couple of them now fi you wrap it up. One thing I is here, I mean sponsorship, any amount of money being charged. I mean, as I think I did one editorial, I was saying, say, minimum crano, the MTN days, Coca-Cola days, Chamaje block, and your block it to Accra.
Accra fine.
They were pa.
Yeah,
Dollars pa. You scratch card ba kubi. Chame daso, MTN scratch card. Chame daso. Satan kwa ko to me feel say unzu.
I was having any.
We bra out here. One number wa. Share number. Late years down the line, conversations are picking social media and people are like, oh, well, in the lecture, Ghana for artists, how to charge. And I'm sure you hear some of these things, but when you do it, we are most and as if you watch it and you appreciate it from a different angle. Fast forward, younger generation in rap, businesses are called the brag as I drop here. There was also another line in that so before the game no mnya John. Which one should we attack first? Yeah, attack is angle and I say yeah, attack John the end first because I'm fortunate enough, I'm blessed enough to be around for a while. I'm a deep game we actually so maybe any hands-on knowledge I'm paying me who the echo. Not John be anyhow. If I know a guy for no, but what is hard, you know, and also shut up, all the better how I charge that. I'm charge.
The thing is that say me say slim. Ube who mean sem kwa who mean search. We see subjectively. Nobody sees objectively. I just want Yankopon ko. Ahanti say you fancy be a shatter say what a better artist how to charge. That is from another perspective, no. Sana we no. He could be right, he could be wrong. Answer na me ba industry we mu. Na me nim say amachi de won to me pa ne moshu. Kwadwan tu to me pa ne moshu. But the first time I me that lumba call eko US ya call to. If show no ba ku bia atema make minim say ya na say nya. I'm conflicted about it. But turn I coin baby $34,000, $36,000 for each one.
This is like
2000.
2000.
Wow. And on the perspective, no. It be as at $34,000. It's some no because on bit match £100,000. What you say? For one. And I don't think say it should even be it should be a thing that we must discuss.
Yeah.
Because on a perspective, no, we can't fault him for seeing things that way.
What about on the lines of education? And, you know, straighting convo, no, said the accounts of historic events and distorted. Because it's also on to us to make sure we keep a firm account of whatever happened. said they be in Chima because whatever we're doing right now, even in this interview is let's say documentary.
It's true.
Documentary. So in order so be enko on that level because powerful figures and a account of one incident. Emu die hen ne eja to ho na nchima aba.
I agree with you.
Would that be true? Say Yebeka say, oh, bra we ne ko fele to say the Apollo issue that popped up.
Yes.
And personally, although I like violence.
You do.
Although now me say appreciating on the level of keeping the right historic account. Say, yo, dude, we muna ye anyway. True, shatabe, influence, charging. Baby, a wujina, a wo henono. Uhuni say a true ana any true.
Because I only discuss what is within my experience.
Yeah.
Meaning, say,
what you said 2000 there, daddy, no crab 34, 36.
Before the country, Munia Jido, Massa, first, Yakasa will be an artist. There was a period for recording. On the band near recording New Year. There was another agency, normal bookie events.
Okay.
Into touring companies.
Okay.
There was a logistics company. But together, the producers, the recorders, the artists, logistics, and event for tour company. Then they book tours. ATM fans so mo start wa no more about tamale, no more about salega, no more about ha, no more about sunyane, no more about ha, no more about enti ebi kura musician be free fee 4 months
no
na omaye. Sa 4 months na omaye no. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday. Back to back. I call him say Kumasi no tia. Kone du babe du Kumasi. Now the buto ma. Wa promote ne nyom. Wa ton ne nyom. Wa ton ne nim. Concert no ya moye. Cassette no ya o maton. O ma ni nasa. Enti the economies of how our industry ni manage no. Ye hwe ni ye mpa asai. Say ye see ye hwe ni ye.
Yeah.
See no de. Ade na binary.
Yeah.
Either say you're number 1 and I am number 0. At every time, according to Musica for a data. No?
Yeah.
The last time I checked, maybe 5 years ago, now members of Musica are 4,600. I can tell you on authority, say, at every time, 200 of them in ADD. From gospel, traditional, to pop music, hip life producers, at every single time, 200 of them pay a
4,000 plus.
Exactly. Either say we are number 1 and now we are number 0. That is not it. And our industry, so I say this not from a competitive perspective. Industry, the secondary economies are very big. From selling merchandise, from organizing events, writing books, starting websites, monetized, the creativity, linking payment gateways, from becoming ambassadors, from influencing. In industry, in financial streams, also publishing, copywriting, copyright management, law. Big. So we are artists now. We are creative now. Now we tell me. And share performance in because AB crowd ubeti art critic it will YouTube no when you 1 million subscribers more than a millionaire. AB ubeti my rapper ude mathematics. Share rap. Emma and kwala between the ages of 5 and 10 in the local language. Emma kranete and now yaba be found yakoma you when they be award na why a millionaire
YouTube content
exactly bia wona wo ba be ko parliament as a rapper no wakwa pia the cultural bill ama yenya enti
don't
look at it from be stuck to just one thing. Look at it from a holistic place and find yourself within that chain to see says that chain way. And he found a weak links no. Na he found a mimit makobo pon wo na monetize ho. Na fa ma.
We picking it.
Enti and even ye kasa ye share music cry ye to say pop music. Pop music no eye baako pɛ. Because ye were musicians were America say Bruno Mars. Omo creating nostalgia. The whole I don't know but to say hip hop that used to be played in 19 why or R&B of a certain old age or way into the whole thing is about nostalgia, R&B and hip hop. Into member the same progression, the same 145, the same sound. Look for that sound that Ghanaians like that they miss and find a way to recreate it in modern times. You will stand out. That's what branding is about. It's about identification and differentiation. It is a Shatabo show no aje £100,000. Why are there? But who Jessica also a YouTuber.
Also have block.
Also 1 million
subscribers.
Seba could be $1 saying
doa.
Exactly. Enti biem.
Okay.
Become perceptive. Biem.
Okay. Oba reacted to John's statement nana.
Oh, say John Be, John Mama, John Kuma, John White. John Ben, okay. What you say? What you say?
That question where maybe legendary artists, legendary rappers in Kwan. So rappers are what my yard check. So I asked Boji, because Boji was here before.
Talented.
Super talented. Boji's statement on it said, oh, Charlie, there was quite an unfortunate line. Because John, some were trying to read meanings. They would say John the Baptist. Maybe pave way, and I was a pigeon. I can't pigeon so there. Pigeon John, the Bible John, because I go Jon and I go John. I felt, this is my personal feeling on it. I felt it was a little bit disrespectful. Looking at the culture and the business, looking at the culture and the business around it. I feed you piano. If you are to spit back, it doesn't really look good. If that was what he meant, if that was what he meant, it's not good look. Also, it also opens on also up for others, the new ones, to also come at him.
But what if that's how he truly feels?
So
buy no be John. Does it make me John?
It doesn't.
Exactly.
But okay. So then again,
what if that is why, or maybe he meant so John the Baptist and so on. And also, if that is what he said, isn't it true? Haven't we paved way for him to become who he has become?
No, make us say for distorted accounts of events. Enunti.
I said year to year.
Say a conversation that done say, oh, true, because in Kwadana Bia and my channel is quite heavy on that age bracket. They might not have experienced Okyeame Kwame, which not tech pool cider. Beat beer beto hobia.
Obeseso.
As that time me Johnny free Saturday classes.
Kaish.
A Sato guy be a friend achi on the net organize tech pool senior man pa on Hakim.
Oh,
Hakim mentor.
No
organize the pool party.
91 in an era pool. Tifrim.
Nizu.
My rapu set hairban.
Black one, me lapo mama halawati.
What is it?
This is how time me Johnny free Saturday classes aba. Ma bete ho me who say beat beer tough beer very says. There's no way bit my convince me. Say niggas no I know me. But me who Lord Kenya.
Onya John. Swazi B. Onya John. Reggie Rockstone. Onya John. But how can you How can you? What I said? So Osano no so huna. How can you challenge him? Say onipa onye John man no. Say esi chinchina man nsanya John mo bifufu. O guy you be John.
Akwana ohun is we do puru.
Oh yeah, John mo be. If that is the way he wants to look at it, maybe so all right, mokeke. Maybe Diagro, maybe I don't think we should take it seriously because of artistic poetic license.
Okay.
Yeah,
and all my freedom said with my espresso.
With my espresso in an artistic way. I don't think so we need to hold him to it. And I said, I'm saying next time I shall hey, what's me a John?
Sack.
And then what's me a John?
Maybe.
Nah, back on money be. Studio, my control 16 bars straight.
Hard.
I'm a bit share go internet in this.
We are seeing IDC.
Yeah. Now violence.
Obebala me ye breakdown me ko huntini.
Charlie.
Asem we o tia me kind say no patre.
Unyame. It is impossible. So benyame me gina bedwam abonte am didi obi atem.
Why do you say
Me be da.
But koso
Debbie, ham nampa me didi watem wo me. But in public, impossible.
What is how I was between na make
exactly. And what's the Bible say? You
to was it? I try to grab the rap doctor. I say loud, man. I'm enjoying every bit of it. Yeah, Bobby wrap it up and wrap it up on some of the topics that you also touch on. I and a lot of flags is when you touch on issues of national discussion like nation building, democracy, or share views. Be as why I tell you, I'm out for the second. I've gotten to the realization that the type of governance that we practice, democracy, I can't want to say we're practicing it, it's gotten to a stage that it doesn't really serve its purpose. Being for us as a group of people, I believe there should be a new form. I was say, you be drew that level that we want to modernize it for it to serve us in this time and age. That is how I feel. I'm also of the firm belief that the black man is still not capable of handling his own affairs. Medru's stage, Initially, Nami was having they say black man is capable of handling his own affairs, but I've given up. Medru's realization is that you enjoy black man.
Won't Okyeame.
He's not capable. Very, very capable.
He's capable. Now Kumi. When you're black.
But until America said, so brother Gaddafi. So I pick it and I look at the volumes, the numbers. Omo year numbers are good versus omo year numbers are bad. And then juxtapose that to the foreign lands and check the numbers that are doing good and the numbers that are doing bad. You realize that relatively we are on the lower side. So my jatun change because mentia say ye betimi aka say leda ye hum from egum ye bo boma onua no mboma ne nua mboma nya mo rapum ye si intimi ekofa broni ama na ba kire bo na amamu a no den nipa be 30 something million no ye nkunta ne ndie bibini na be kire mentiase
anu kra broni na kire na hu no
broni kra sa ta kire
o ta kire
okobo obesia no kire say tika no fa you so I'm thinking democracy rap doctor is the black person still capable of handling his own affairs?
Big question. I think the black person is handling his own affairs. However, the African, no, Bibia yeno, Bibia yo bibini. Bibia yo bibini slim. What kind King Leopold letter to the missionaries? Pacho B. King letter to the Congo. King Leopold. Na kind ma etifu nti. Eya fatos no mon kind. Na hwe se bibi nye obibi ni a.
Letter to
the missionaries. King Leopold.
Letter to the missionaries.
King Leopold.
Can send you all.
Kind Kind of.
Letter from King Leopold II of Belgium to colonial missionaries in 1831.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of TF20.
Maybe a PDF no I say. Maybe na. Opinion cancer.
You the kind of tea. Kind of kese.
Now
You're discussing free one yamra.
in some more.
Aye.
Okay. Official letter in here.
Yes.
About address no. Senior man. Letter from King Leopold II of Belgium to colonial missionaries in 1883. Reverend fathers and dear compatriots, the task that is given to fulfill is very delicate and requires much task. You will go certainly to evangelize, but your evangelization must inspire above all Belgium interest. Your principal objective in our mission in the Congo is never to teach the niggers to know God. This they know already. They speak and submit to a Mungu, one in Zambi of Nzakumba. And what else I don't know. They know that to kill, to sleep with another, to someone else's wife, to lie and to insult is bad. Have courage to admit it. You are not going to teach them what they know already. Your essential role is to facilitate the task of administrators and industries, which means you will go to interpret the gospel in the way it will be the best to protect your interests in the part of the world. For these things, you have to keep watch on disinteresting our savages from the richness that is plenty and also in their underground to avoid that they get interested in it and make your medros competition and dream one day to overthrow you.
Kainko. Yes. Maybe I'm better kind of sisi anu end.
I see your knowledge of the gospel will allow you to find text ordering and encouraging your followers to love poverty. Like happier are the poor because they will inherit the heaven. Jesus. And it is very difficult for the rich to enter the kingdom of God. You have to detach from them and make them disrespect everything which gives courage to affront us.
Like that, they are war fetish, which they don't seem to want to give up.
I make reference to their mystic system and their war fetish. That is warfare protection, which they pretend not to want to abandon. And you must do everything in your power to make it disappear. Your action will be directed essentially to the younger ones.
To the children.
For they won't revolt when the recommendation of the priest is contradictory to their parents' teaching. The children have to learn to obey what the missionary recommends. Who is the father of their soul?
Teach their children to read and not to reason.
You must singularly insist on their total submission and obedience. Avoid developing the spirit in the schools. Teach students to read and not to reason.
Enti. Sadie we atu bibini.
Achi bibini.
Achi no. Achi yen nyina adwuma de.
Format na to.
Edi. Edi ayi dikedikedika. Enti waba aba beche oba.
Yeah.
En waka kire ne se obia onye o Kristoni no.
Yeah.
Mene ne nya adwuma o nana sombosoma bompa yetietia no. Kasti jagu ni chem tefafa beko fra enkakadu ne fa bento asano na
hamohonhom ne free so
amno enti o de sadi we a separate na wan fa nye panyin because panyin num no kre no wachi akwala no wa fa education so e no de ase na adwe eti akwala no nyini ya no so apase amareba no so apa onwa akura na sem na meka che no so apase amareba no so apase amareba enti sadi we ato bibini na obi a ogina nchen a onim epigenetics ebeka se bia na say di 400 years why don't we give it up? There be say leaders be anye intentional about decolonizing the African's mind. Sadie we yen nyina de be ma ye massa na so nipa da sani bia wote ho ane susuye ne se ɔkɔ baabi a Broni wɔ sɛdeɛ bi wɔbɛkɔ akɔdi the million years na aha ne deɛ wɔagyaagya ne ho ma Broni abɛfa no saa oni no ɔndevelop ne kuro enti ɛnwoma no dɔɔso na ato obibini hia awake na nkroma ɛka no
yɛnti yɛni
ɛsɛ sɛ yɛni bie na yɛhu adeɛ pɔtea ato yɛnti a yɛte sɛ ɛfiri sɛ mmerɛ a Obroni etimi yɛ nkakra 1901 otimi beduru Kumase no ɔbɛto abronsan ɔbaa ne yɛ gates wɔ hɔ dada yakata so na nkɔfo ayi mfuo na amanfo etimi nu ɔmo aduane di na nkɔfo etimi pam ɔmo atade hyɛ na yɛwɔ bricklayers ɛne architect wɔ adanse ti ne frɛ hɔ dansie no ɔmo baayɛ no na yɛahennie wɔ hɔ dada na yɛwɔ a system of representation for the communities benkumhene nifahene chidomhene ne nyinaa yɛwɔ dada enti yɛyi yɛ deɛ na to atwene ɛne ya pɛgye ti na akamfo sɛ enyi wo nsono na mfa han hyɛ but as long as say wo ideology anase wo world view ɛne sɛ wobɛkɔ baabi Obroni wɔ na kɔnanti gold so abra wote Kumase a gold wɔ baabi ano you will not use the resources around you. Education will not be acclimatized to solving the problems around you. Yɛbɛkyerɛ English, literature, sociology, psychology, philosophy. When ade a yɛwɔ okrom ha gold, cocoa, cashew, enti ɛsɛ sɛ yɛkyerɛ farming by force, ne yɛkyerɛ mining by force because Ghana have a big resource. Enti ɛsɛ sɛ education ne yɛ tailored towards your resources and your needs. But yadwene nyina kyerɛ sɛ ɔsoro ne me fie asase a me wei deɛ ɛyɛ makwentuo
tie tu kwan
sa Leopold na ayɛ wo sa enti ɛsɛ sɛ ansana eti obibini ebetimi amanage ne own affairs but ɛsɛ sɛ oyi Europeanized concept of what is value, of what is wealth. From wealth in sika yaboabo no gu bank. Ana kaa ye demu a ebo ekon.
That is no wealth.
Odo obi a wetimi aduru baabi wo society ni mu a oye o mama a owu a yebebu ni dia egu nsan because wahwe ne wo fa ase wa boama community ni mu a clean wahwe ma nkwala nkodo e won sama poni mu Tuesday yesi obi a nkonsuo ni mu because ese mmoa no ese what you say wahwe ma the community na gina no sad is no longer wealthy to the black man because ye original one every one you are replacing with the falsified one that sort of confuses him. And when I say I don't only mean Christianity, I'm not thinking that I'm not saying Christianity is negative. What I'm saying for what it has been used for to damage the African's mind, you know, we need to uproot it. Enunti ena obehu se Legon ehia computer science department. Na ye de millions of dollars si asore dan e de ama onyankopon abra ne rent nson ye. Ha ni nyina yes ade ya. What you say? Enti se yande ye ho na ya nsori anyina nte ase se onyankopon de ha maye wama ye solar energy wama ye som wama ye nimde wama ye odo wa kire ye kwan hwe see the climate change asem obi say ni wiase obibini nko anka ho your contribution towards global warming is 3.8% because of the way we are adaptive. The way we coexist with the animals. And Obroni say adwin yesu eno so. I think that the idea of the black man cannot manage his own affairs. No, we look at it at 2 points because we are looking at it from a Eurocentric. Now, we can say we cite the example of how Germany and Switzerland that is their idea of civilization. It's technology. Their concept of civilization is war. It's ruin. Their concept of civilization is young young black Americans. Young form fu. Nya cotton, young panya shirt and share. Young Kochi Indians, young Kumom, young Pomoni, California, young Africa, young form Timbani, young mom, That is not civilization. That is technology and war. But civilization is a yeti ha ewo dom ni ewo obuo ema yenho. Obibini ankasa papa no. This is the concept of development.
Okay.
Until we go back to Ubuntu, until we go back to say Obibini, where we are all one family, no. Until
Obibini.
Exactly. We say I'm new to a bet me about many until we come back to the point where of oneness, of inclusion, no, we will never be able to be like Sweden or Japan, or because that is not who we are. Until we need to relook at it. Don't say economics it is built on scarcity.
Yes.
And choice.
Yeah.
But obibini kromhano, we don't bibi anya scarce. Our
Abundance,
economy is built on abundance.
Yeah.
Until we change our idea of economics from the obruniaye to abundance, say udi tomatoes now to go feature beba bibriama apeche no. And I'm saying momyempe off takers. Niempe machines, niempe tomatoes, no niempe ko egrafo for export to be until we change our idea from that to importing GMO from Obronia, who did back I just all san koto on ho. Nenam say Leopold that you say nti ubekwa koto.
That is a holistic you.
Inti SSA. Ye nyina I say leader ne be ya de radiase. Ye hia another nkroma. Say ye nya SSA ye ankasa ye sheda. Ni echirechire ye ma. Emo muji tum say obibini nsu ye ni ba.
Your fancy as your fancy.
Eddie, but ebeye.
What did he?
Ebeye.
I give you up.
Pamako, one Okyeame. Ne pie, one sabako pie Burkina. One sabako pie. When beba hosono, na West Africa nya ekru bako. Na East Africa nya ekru bako. Na Southern Africa, Zimbabwe, one nyina ekru bako. Na Northern Africa nya ekru bako. When beba hosono, ni acha Africa too. Na asaya to say they are not kemetitieno. When we bounce, but it must begin with awakening. It must begin with telling the truth. It must begin with coming to the knowing. Say when you upon your omniscient, there also what you'll be being so.
What you'll be Chami say leader never ya fair enough. Say leader no swanya. Let it start from us. Until we when man starting few so. No Chami who leadership ambition be. Oh.
Na say na minya kama DMP because nanka galamsey na me pese me call parliament na me koye private member bill. But me sure say the next 4 years ye na galamsey no ye mpanyin for net me et to no. Enti sesi ano me leadership runs am about stop galamsey nyom. Monko download na mumpia nyom no. Me ma ho kwan obi amfa nye jingles, monfa nye trends, monfa nye we na problem no. Me so as an artist me contribution ye. Enti Okyeame
Kwame the rap doctor me that senior say it was afro me say she way I check but we that say what you know about
questions I will say you not be menya asem me that's pa.
So come into the comment section, let me know what you think, and most importantly keep it real because the street is always watch it.